Hey mamas, welcome back to my channel. This is Jamie with Simply Living It, and if this is your first time here, I just want to welcome you to my channel. I am a stay-at-home homeschooling mom, and I try to upload videos every week, anything from budgeting to homeschool curriculum to adventuring with us, just our crazy, beautiful life. So I'm happy that you're here. Today I am sharing with you a quick homeschool curriculum haul for our upcoming school year, 2019 and 2020. That's so crazy to talk about that, but I'm going to have a 6th grader, a 4th grader, and a 1st grader. So we're going to be changing some things up in our homeschool this year, and I just want to share with you one of the items that we have purchased, which is a new curriculum to our home. So I want to share those with you today. It's kind of an unboxing, if you will. Now these books I purchased used. So if you didn't watch my previous video, go back and watch that. I'm talking a lot about purchasing homeschool curriculum that has been used. And I'm telling you, these were something that I got for a fraction of the cost, and they're in perfect condition and they're gonna work great for our homeschool. So the video that I am bringing to you today is going to be on the Life of Fred Language Arts series. So this is a collection of 4 different books. The first one is Life of Fred Australia. Then we have the Life of Fred Begin Teaching, followed by Life of Fred Classes, and Life of Fred Dreams. So it's a set of 4. So Life of Fred is something new to our homeschool. We have not used this series before. Actually haven't used anything from this curriculum before. I've always wanted to buy Life of Fred, but I never have taken that leap. I did find their group on Facebook. It is actually the Life of Fred Buy, Sell, and Trade. And I have loved it, and I'm getting super inspired, and I want to buy all of the Life of Fred sets. And now that I've looked at this and got my hands on it and been able to kind of flip through it just a few minutes ago, I'm getting more and more excited about it. And I want to get the math series for my younger boys, and I don't know, I'm just excited. I'm excited to see how my boys are gonna love this. So this again is for the Life of Fred Language Arts series. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this book up for you guys. I'm gonna give you a flip through, kind of a look inside for this, and then as we start implementing it into our school year, I'm going to be sure and leave a review for you guys on how this actually worked in our home. Just at first glance, I'm truly thinking it's going to be an awesome series. I really truly believe that my oldest is probably going to want to take this and read it at bedtime for his nighttime readers, which I may be okay with that, and I may go back and quiz him, because you guys, these are just fun little books. If this is something you have not heard of before, stick around for this look inside, because it's a total different take on a language arts curriculum for your homeschool. I think we will use it as a supplementation, kind of an extra reader. They're going to get some of their math through it. They're going to get some of their grammar. There's all kinds of things that has coming from this set. So I'm going to go ahead and get straight into the flip through for you guys. I hope this is something you like. If you have used Life of Fred in your homeschool before, leave a comment down below and let me know how you guys liked it. I know different things, you know, work for different people. Just because I'm excited about it and love it doesn't necessarily mean that it worked in your home. And if it has worked in your home, let me know, because I love to hear comments from you guys. I love to hear how your kids love these. There are so many resources out there for us homeschool moms now, and so much curriculum that sometimes it can get overwhelming. That is why I wanted to bring this flip through to you guys, because I think there's so much that can be taken out of a video where you can actually look inside of it without having to purchase it. And I don't know, I just got these in the mail today, so this is kind of an unboxing that we're doing here. For us homeschool moms, there is nothing quite like that feeling of out with the old, in with the new. It's so fresh. For now, let's get straight to this Life of Fred Language Arts series. All right, so in the Life of Fred Language Arts series, there are 4 different books. So the first one would be the Australia. Then you have the Begin Teaching, Classes, and Life of Fred Dreams. So these 4 come in the Language Arts series for Life of Fred. Now, I am going to be using this with my 6th grader for the coming school year. and it is the language arts. It's not the math. But just like with all of the other Life of Fred curriculum choices, they're not going to be only covering one topic per subject. So it says language arts, but they're still going to be covering a lot of math, some geography. And I'm going to go ahead and flip through and show you what I'm talking about here real quick. This is the first language arts book in the Life of Fred series. In these language arts books, we will cover English from every angle. This first book will cover a zillion topics, including the right way to hold a pencil, postscripts in letters, 8 ways to make plurals in English, the 14 punctuation marks, silent letters, homonyms and homophones, hyperbole, when to use that and when to use which. This is only a partial list. For maximum happiness, let's not begin this book too early. So you will see a brief little write-up here, how this book is organized. Each chapter is a daily lesson consisting of about 4 pages of the adventures of Fred and a your turn to play. Have a paper and a pencil handy before you sit down to read. Each your turn to play consists of about 3 or 4 questions. Write out the answers and don't just orally answer them. After all the questions are answered, then take a peek at my answers that are given on the next page. Don't just read the questions and look at the answers. You won't learn as much that way. And then a note from the author. It says, the government schools and most textbooks practice a form of segregation. In the English class, they study only English. In the math class, they study only math. In history, only history. In geography, only geography. I believe there is an inner coherence among all the subjects. I do not teach English. I teach kids. In some of the Life of Fred math books, there is a piano sheet music. In this book, I include the geography of the oceans, the capital of Kansas, the 4 ways to try to figure out what a continent is, and what to do if you are lost in an airport. I believe in play, in having fun. Most textbooks are boring and dry. Who picks up a textbook to read in their leisure time? I have tried to write the wettest books I can. So that's just a little bit of the humor that you're going to see as you go through these Life of Fred series. Here you have your table of contents that's going to walk you through everything that you will be covering. So there's a lot of humor to be found in these. Again, these are not dry, boring, dull, just drill, drill, drill books. This is something fun that your kids can read. You can sit down and read with them. I am excited to try this out with my oldest, Aiden. He is 11 and he loves to read, and I think this is just going to be a fun thing for him. So chapter 1, this is where your child is going to begin reading, or you're going to sit down and read with them. However it works in your homeschool. This will be the content that you're going to read. So here's the your turn to play that we were talking about. So it has the question, which number 1 is, there are 3 paragraphs at the top of this page. How do you begin a paragraph? Okay, so you're going to answer with the correct letter for that multiple choice question. There are 3 ways to end a sentence. How do you end a sentence? So you're going to fill in that multiple choice answer on your separate sheet of paper as well. And then on the back, it has the correct answers. This is pretty easy at the beginning. This is stuff that's just going to be review, which I am all for. I love the review. And then this will be chapter 2. So we're doing a little bit of math here, as you can see. Some more reading. We've got fun illustrations that go through. These are black and white books, but that doesn't bother me one bit. We are used to that. We use All About Reading for our younger grades, and so definitely just because it's black and white does not make it dull and boring for my children at all. So here we are going over some more math, and then we have another your turn to play. So I'm just reading you these questions because it's kind of giving you an idea of what is being covered in the lesson itself. So the first question for chapter 2 is draw a picture of Percy at the top of his mountain of chairs. It is fun to make up questions using the 5 question words: when, who, how, why, and where. For example, when did Percy make his mountain? Who might get hurt during the free playtime? Where did Carrie go? Now it's your turn. Make up a question using either why or how. If you stay up really late on Saturday night, on which day will you be tired? Okay, so that's chapter 2. Now we're moving into chapter 3, which is letter writing. So we're going over the proper format for writing a letter. For the first question here, you're going to grab a piece of paper and draw a big rectangle. You're going to fill out the envelope correctly as if you were going to mail it to the address that they provide. You've got a couple more questions there, and then you're going to move on to chapter 4. So I'm just going to flip through some of this. Okay, here we're dealing with plurals. And some more plurals here for your turn to play. And again, we have not used this yet. So this is something that I am just looking at for the first time as well. This is the geography that is being brought into our language arts, which I love. More maps and geography here. We're talking about the oceans, the continents. Here we've got some more math. We're back to some geography here. You can see just at this first glance, there is so much more that we're getting than just our language. So as we move into chapter 7, for the your turn to play, you're going to see dear and dear sound alike but mean different things. Dear and dear are called homonyms. What is a homonym for there? Question 2, what is a homonym for here? And then question 3, you're going to find the silent letter in each of these words. So back to the language side of things. Here we're on chapter 9, dealing with shapes again. So you can see here the chapters are typically 2 to 3 pages. And then you'll have your section of short problems that you're going to answer. There's usually 3 to 4, depending on the context of them. All right, so I'm not going to do a flip through of all of these books, but as you can see, but I just kind of wanted to give you an inside look at what these Life of Fred language arts series look like. I wanted to show you how they're laid out and kind of give you just what a typical lesson plan would look like and some of the content that's being covered. That pretty much sums up the very first book. Now, like I mentioned before, I don't want to do a flip through for all of them. I don't want to drag this video out crazy long. I just wanted to give you guys a quick flip through for the Life of Fred series. I'm super excited to use this in our homeschool for the coming year. I wanted to share this information with you because there's not a lot of information out there. If you're like me, I like to just get my hands on it and flip through it and really just dive into it. So that's the purpose of this video. That's why I wanted to share this with you guys. There's not a lot of information out there on Life of Fred. So this is something that I thought would be helpful to some of you moms. If you've heard about it, but have kind of been on the fence about it, maybe you're not sure what the series looks like, now you know. All right, guys, that is going to be it for this video today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful for you. If this is your first time to my channel, I hope that you hit that subscribe button and stick around. I would love to have you on this journey with us. I thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.